There's a lot of pressure on children and adults actually, with and without ADHD, to regulate their emotions, and it's really, really important. But one of the things that we're not taught, and our children are not taught, and we were certainly not taught, back in the day when we were in school, is how to feel our feelings, how to recognize emotions. At the end of the day, we cannot regulate an emotion that we're not allowing ourselves to feel. So until we understand them, understand what causes them, we can't then start to work on how to recover from dysregulation or how to regulate our emotions. So give that a thought and do let me know what your views are in the comments. Please don't tell me I'm alone in this. I've just done something that I swear is pure ADHD, and it has tickled me for the past 45 minutes or so. All the way into work, I am laughing my head off. Please don't tell me I'm alone in this. So before I get on to more serious Send topics this morning, because there's plenty to talk about because of the news, I just want to share something that's really made me giggle. And it might be an ADHD thing, I don't know. But this morning, my husband said to me, "Oh, Chrissa, I'm bringing," and I jumped in with, "sexy back." Yep. And I've realised just recently that I totally think in song. Is that something that only I do? Or do you do it as well? Please tell me I'm not alone. Over on my Instagram channel, I am chatting a lot today about executive function and working memory, following my daughter having several fails of her working memory this morning. And I'm sharing what I've done to support her and the different things that my husband and I have put in place to help her moving forward. I'm also sharing lots of information about the different ways in which that I handle my own working memory difficulties and executive function difficulties as an ADHDer. So I'd be really, really interested to see how you deal with your working memory difficulties, or maybe you have other executive function difficulties that you use maybe technology or software to help you with. So let's create a bit of a thread. Pop below anything that you're using, anything innovative that you're using to help you with your executive function. Morning all. In fact, I think it's afternoon now. It's one of those days. It's a Sunday. I'm in my Sunday best. I'm probably covered in food, actually, trying to batch cook for the week. Trying to stay focused is so hard with ADHD. So the more I can do when I'm in the zone, the better. I'm sure many of you can relate. But I thought I'd pop on and talk about safety for our children. Now, last week, or the week before, I was talking about growing very compliant children and how that can be a particular safeguarding concern. Now, I have lots of children, as I've already said. One of my children in particular is a massive fawner. She is an absolute people pleaser. When you meet her, she's full of compliments because she's quite fearful of people. So she just doesn't want you to hurt her. So in a typical fawning kind of presentation, what she does is she tells you you're wonderful so that you get on the right side of her. She gets on the right side of you, and it limits the risk. So her brain is functioning, but probably doing it a little bit too much, because she should probably just trust her intuition and that she is quite safe. However, she's had a bit of a breakthrough this week. So in her classroom, they have an iPad that all the children can use. And one of the teachers has come into the classroom and said, "I'm very cross because somebody has been using the iPad for something inappropriate. And I want you to own up to it, put your hands up, because until somebody's owned up to it, nobody can use the iPad." Now, this is her recollection of events, okay? She has come home to me and said, "What does inappropriate mean?" It could mean searching for SpongeBob on the actual iPad, which is not allowed in school. Or it could be searching for something really rude, like private body parts. And she said, "We don't know because we're children, and surely this is a learning opportunity." Now, we had this full-on conversation about this, and I was absolutely amazed by the stuff that she said. By the way, she's 9. And so talking to her about this was really, really fascinating, because she was asking those questions that are really, really important, that shows that she's not fully compliant, and I absolutely loved it. So actually, on further exploration, I said to her that she actually reminded me of one of my other daughters, who always puts her hand up and speaks out. And she said, but the biggest difference between me and my sister, Mum, is that she can say it to the people who actually can make a difference in that situation, the teachers, where I don't feel safe enough to do that yet. So please, can I keep talking to you about it at home? Of course, my answer was yes. But I thought, what a breakthrough. It's okay that our children come home and divulge this stuff to us. That's okay. It's really brilliant, actually, that they've got that safe connection with that caregiver so that they can explore these tricky situations in school. I know I wasn't thinking like that at age 9, so I thought that was absolutely amazing. I'd be keen to hear your thoughts, and also, what are your views on raising compliant children who don't ask questions? Do you also think it's a safeguarding risk? Has any of this sort of stuff happened to you or yours? Share your experiences.